Imagine a world where your name is erased, replaced by a number. Where every possession, every connection, every shred of dignity is systematically stripped away. This was the reality for countless souls during history's darkest chapters, a grim chapter in human history that began with the chilling ambition of absolute control. The dehumanization was deliberate, designed to break the spirit before the body. The sheer scale of it, the organized efficiency of suffering, is almost beyond comprehension, a stark reminder of what humanity is capable of, in both its worst and its most resilient forms. Among them was a man named Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist with a mind full of theories about the human psyche, about the drive for meaning. Little did he know, his own life was about to become the ultimate, brutal experiment. He had spent years studying the psychological underpinnings of human motivation, theorizing about the profound need for purpose. Now, that intellectual pursuit would collide with the raw, unforgiving reality of survival, testing every hypothesis he had ever conceived in the crucible of unimaginable suffering. He arrived at Auschwitz, not as a doctor, but as a prisoner. The gates loomed, a symbol of an abyss from which few returned. The air itself seemed heavy with despair, a tangible weight pressing down. The sheer architectural menace of the place, the razor wire glinting under a perpetually gray sky, spoke of an intended permanence of despair. This was not a temporary holding place, it was designed to be an end, a place where hope was meant to wither and die, leaving only the hollow shell of a human being. His family, his wife, his parents, gone. His home, his books, his research, confiscated. The only thing left was his internal world, a sanctuary that even the SS could not fully plunder. Yet, the external reality was a constant, gnawing hunger, a deprivation so absolute it threatened to extinguish the very essence of his being. To be stripped of everything external is to be forced inward, a terrifying prospect when the inner self feels so fragile, so exposed to the elements of despair. Days bled into weeks, weeks into months. The cold knotted bones, the hunger was a constant ache. Survival became a minute-by-minute battle, a desperate clinging to the present moment. The constant physical torment was a relentless assault, a symphony of suffering that played on repeat. Each breath was a victory, each sunrise a stark reminder of the endless ordeal ahead, a test of endurance that pushed the boundaries of human physiology and psychology to their breaking point. But Viktor observed something profound. Amidst the degradation, some prisoners seemed to possess an inner resilience, a spark that refused to be extinguished. What was their secret? What allowed them to endure when so many others crumbled? It was not physical strength, for many were frail. It was something deeper, an unyielding core that seemed to draw strength from an invisible source, a wellspring of inner fortitude that defied the external devastation. He saw that those who held on to a future purpose, a task yet to be completed, a project to finish, seemed to have an anchor. They could face the unbearable because something called them forward. This future orientation, this belief that there was a reason to endure beyond the immediate suffering, was a powerful psychological defense. It provided a mental escape, a reason to believe that life would continue, that their contribution was still needed in the world. Or, they held on to a memory, a vision of a loved one waiting for them. This image, this profound connection, became a shield against the crushing weight of their circumstances. Love, he realized, was a powerful force, a psychological lifeline that could sustain a person through the most dire conditions. The memory of a smile, the echo of a voice, became a potent antidote to the pervasive despair, a tangible link to a life worth returning to. Even when faced with the tragic triad of human existence, pain, guilt, and death, there was a possibility. A possibility to confront these with courage, with dignity, and thereby find meaning. These are the fundamental challenges of the human condition, amplified to an unbearable degree in the camps. To find meaning not despite these, but through them, was a revolutionary concept, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who chose to face their fate with an unbroken will. His own mind became his laboratory. He theorized that the primary motivation for humans isn't pleasure, as Freud suggested, or power, as Adler proposed, but the will to meaning. A deep, innate human drive that transcends basic biological needs. This fundamental drive, he believed, was the key to understanding human behavior, especially in the extreme circumstances of the camps, where survival alone was not enough to sustain the spirit. He imagined lecturing his students, even in the depths of the camp, about this very concept. This mental rehearsal, this act of creation and teaching in the face of destruction, was itself a source of strength. By engaging his intellect, by focusing on imparting knowledge and insight, he created a pocket of purpose within the purposelessness of the camp. It was an act of defiance, a reclaiming of his identity as a scholar and healer, even when stripped of his tools and his freedom. He understood that life has meaning under all circumstances. Even in suffering, even in the face of inevitable death, meaning could be found. It wasn't about avoiding suffering, but about our attitude towards it. This insight, born from the harshest of realities, offered a profound shift in perspective. It suggested that even when external circumstances are beyond our control, our internal response, our chosen attitude, can still imbue life with significance. This was the essence of what would become logotherapy. A therapy centered not on the past, but on the future. Not on what we expect from life, but on what life expects from us. It was a forward-looking approach, emphasizing responsibility and purpose, a stark contrast to therapies focused on past traumas. Logotherapy posits that our freedom lies in our ability to choose our response, to find meaning in our actions and our attitudes, regardless of our situation. He saw prisoners sharing their last crust of bread, offering a word of comfort. These small acts, seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of terror, were profound affirmations of humanity. In a world designed to crush the human spirit, these moments of connection and compassion were acts of quiet rebellion. They demonstrated that even in the most extreme conditions, the capacity for empathy and selfless giving could endure, a flicker of light in the overwhelming darkness. The choice, always, was ours. To choose our attitude, to choose our response. Even when every external freedom was gone, the inner freedom to choose how to face our fate remained. This internal locus of control, this ultimate freedom of the spirit, was the core of Frankl's philosophy. It was a powerful reminder that while we may not control what happens to us, we always retain the power to choose how we react, how we interpret, and how we find meaning in our experiences. He survived. He emerged from the camps, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. The horrors he witnessed and endured were not in vain, they were forged into a powerful new understanding of life. His survival was not merely a physical triumph, but a profound victory of the spirit, demonstrating that the will to meaning could indeed conquer even the most insurmountable odds, transforming suffering into wisdom. Back in Vienna, he began to write. To share this revelation. His book, Man's Search for Meaning, became a beacon for millions, translating his camp experiences into a universal message of hope. The painstaking process of transcribing his thoughts, of giving form to the inexpressible suffering and the profound insights gained, was an act of healing, not just for himself, but for the world. He turned his personal ordeal into a guide for others. Logotherapy teaches us that meaning can be found in three ways: by creating a work or doing a deed, by experiencing something or encountering someone, loving someone, and by the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering. These three pathways are not mutually exclusive but interconnected, offering a comprehensive framework for finding purpose. They are practical tools for navigating life's complexities, encouraging engagement with the world, connection with others, and courageous acceptance of life's challenges. It's a philosophy that doesn't deny the darkness, but illuminates the path through it. It acknowledges the pain, the guilt, the inevitability of death, but insists that meaning is always possible. It offers a profound and enduring truth, that even in the bleakest of circumstances, the human capacity for meaning-making remains, a testament to our innate drive for purpose and our resilience in the face of adversity. Think about the moments in your own life when you felt lost, when the odds seemed insurmountable. Did you find a reason to keep going? A person, a dream, a responsibility? These are the moments where the principles of logotherapy resonate most deeply, reminding us that our internal compass, our search for meaning, is a powerful force for navigating life's inevitable storms, guiding us toward hope and resilience. Frankl's work reminds us that suffering does not negate life's meaning, rather, it can be the very condition through which meaning is found. The attitude we adopt in the face of unavoidable hardship is a profound expression of our freedom and our humanity. It is in these crucible moments that our true character is revealed, and our capacity for growth and purpose can be most powerfully realized. He proposed that the existential vacuum felt by many in modern society, a sense of emptiness and meaninglessness, often stems from a suppression of this fundamental will to meaning. When this drive is thwarted, people may turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms or feel overwhelmed by despair, highlighting the critical importance of purpose in mental well-being. The sheer courage it took to survive, and then to articulate these profound insights, is astounding. Frankl didn't just endure, he observed, he analyzed, and he emerged with a philosophy that has become a cornerstone of existential psychology. His legacy is a testament to the power of the human mind to find light even in the deepest darkness. He understood that the ultimate freedom is the freedom to choose one's attitude. This inner freedom is inviolable, a sanctuary that no external force can truly conquer. It is this profound understanding that allowed him to maintain his dignity and his sense of self, even when stripped of everything else. Logotherapy, therefore, is not about eliminating suffering, but about finding meaning within it. It's about transforming tragedy into triumph, despair into determination, and helplessness into hope. It empowers individuals to take ownership of their lives, to find purpose in their actions and their responses, no matter the external circumstances. The insights gained in the camps were not theoretical exercises, they were life and death lessons learned through brutal experience. Frankl's willingness to face these lessons head-on, and to distill them into a philosophy of meaning, offers an enduring guide for all of humanity. His message is a powerful reminder that meaning is not something passively received, but actively created. It is found in our choices, our commitments, and our courage to face life's challenges with an unwavering spirit, no matter how dire the situation may seem. Ultimately, Viktor Frankl's story is one of profound resilience and the unyielding human capacity to find purpose. Even in the absolute darkness of the concentration camps, he discovered a light within, a philosophy that continues to guide us toward a life of meaning and hope. The dedication it took to verify these accounts, to piece together the fragments of a life lived through unimaginable trauma, is a task many would shy away from. It requires a deep commitment to truth and a profound respect for the human spirit, qualities that drive this work forward. If this story of Viktor Frankl's enduring search for meaning moved you, a like and a subscription are why the next story, the one about the forgotten scientist racing against time in a silent desert, gets unearthed and told. It took weeks of chasing down obscure journals to find the fragments of his work, and your support makes that possible.